Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me. This little video is a welcome video to Miss Fisher's upper school social studies classrooms. I'm Miss Fisher. I teach 7th grade U.S. history, and I also teach 8th grade U.S. history and global studies. What we're going to be walking you through today is how you're going to navigate my website, my Google site, how to find your syllabi, the class codes, and links to the sites we're going to be using this year. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so you can see. I'm going to click on my Google Sites and go to the home page where you'll see a picture of me, and then there's a little bio there that you can read on your own time. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see your Google Classroom join codes. You'll need to copy and paste your class code for whichever period you're in into Google Classroom under the Join tab, and then you're in my Google Classroom. Many of you used this last year, so you already know how to do this. Here is a link to my Google Classroom and a link to my Zoom room. If you click on Student Portal, you can see that across the bottom, we have 7th grade U.S. History tab and 8th grade U.S. History and Global Studies tab where you can get classroom materials. There's an Advocacy tab. And if you click on the Syllabus tab for either 7th or 8th grade, you can then go to see where I keep my policies contract, what the expectations are for my virtual classroom this year, my expectations for being to class on time, etc. And if you scroll down towards the bottom, you'll see an outline of units and themes that we're going to be exploring today, or this year rather, in my classes. You also have your links to Clever, Zoom, Google Classroom, and Infinite Campus on this page. If you click on the parent portal, you'll see that I have my open house slides listed, and we will go over that in a second. There are also 3 links to the bottom, towards the bottom rather, where you can access other things that you'll need for the school year. Under daily schedule, you can see that Monday through Friday, we have virtual classes. And then on Wednesdays, we will be engaging independently on an asynchronous schedule, meaning you'll be working on your own without virtual instruction on those days. If you click on Classroom Calendar, you'll see a calendar pops up, and you can click through the months and see that Labor Day is noted. In October, you'll see the other days that we have listed. Halloween. We'll be putting Nevada Day in eventually. Next thing on my agenda today with you is to share with you my PowerPoint presentation on what my classes are, what to expect. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in present mode so we can make our way through the slides. Welcome back to school. Here at Doral Fire Mesa, we follow a house system. Every upper school student is a member of one of 4 houses: House Amistad, House Altruismo, Isabindi, or Revere. Our mantra is be kind and work hard, and the idea is that we're just going to be the best citizens that we can be here at school. On the left-hand side, you'll see that we have our Fire Mesa 15 rules on how we interact with each other and behave in a proper way. I'll read the first few to you, and I'll let you read the others on your own. They're pretty general. If you're a good person, you're probably already following these rules. Address adults in a respectful manner. You don't see me in the hallway and call me by my first name. You'll say, "Hello, Miss Fisher, how are you today?" Or when you join me on Zoom, the same thing. Make eye contact with who you're speaking with. We call that track the speaker. We want to make sure that you're giving the person that's speaking the respect they deserve when they're brave enough to be speaking, especially in like a classroom discussion situation. Respect other students' comments, opinions, and ideas. If you win, don't brag. If you lose, don't show anger, and so on and so forth. Again, if you are a pretty good person, you're following these rules already. Go ahead and read those though through on your own time. Let's talk a little bit more about the houses. The house with the color black is Altruismo. They are the givers. Their animal on their shield is the griffin, which is part dragon and part bird. That's so cool. Your main theme is the power of empowering others if you're in House Altruismo. The next house is the red house, the House Amistad. Amistad, the word means friendship. On your shield, you see that you have a peacock, and your idea for your house is that you show kindness of heart and the true strength, the true strength of a warrior. The next house is the greenhouse, House Isibindi. That's a Zulu word for courage. Your animal on your shield is a lion, and your focus is to have the strength and courage of a lion. If you're in House River, which is the best house, that's my house, you are the dreamers. Your animal on your shield is the unicorn, and you are the proponents of wisdom, passion, and you're a dreamer, fulfilling your dreams. Let's talk a little bit now about the different classes that I teach. I teach 7th grade U.S. history. This year and last year, we had a curriculum change. We have a shortened scope. And what that means is, for example, the first year that I taught here at Fire Mesa, we taught U.S. history from colonization all the way to World War II. But we wanted to go deeper into the topics and do a better job of learning in larger depth, or deeper depth, I guess, taking a deeper dive into US history. And so we shortened the scope, which means we're only going to be studying from colonization to the Civil War, and then that period of time after the Civil War where the United States was trying to heal itself and come back together as a nation. And then we move on to the second part in 8th grade, and we'll talk about that in a second. But basically the topics that are included in US history for the 7th grade is life in the colonies, the Revolutionary War, Constitution, and nation building. This is really important, especially with the Constitution, because you need to know what your rights and duties are as a good citizen. We're going to talk about westward expansion, populating this country of ours from sea to shining sea, and then of course the Civil War and Reconstruction. For 8th grade US History and Global Studies, we are going to be, during semester 1, studying United States history from the Industrial Revolution all the way to World War II. And then semester 2 is when we dive into the global part of it. We'll be studying global history and current concerns, including but not limited to geography, resources, conflict, humanitarian issues, global leadership, economics, climate change, and even more. During the second semester, we're going to be using the concept of globalization to help you figure out how you can become an educated leader and help make the world a better place in the 21st century. How are we going to do this? We're going to focus on 4 main domains. We're going to investigate the world. We're going to look at how the world works. We're going to learn about how countries interact with each other. We're going to learn how to recognize other people's perspectives, which is a really important skill. We're going to learn how to communicate ideas through classroom discussions and things like Model United Nations, where we do simulations, pretending that different countries are getting together to solve world problems. And then we'll learn how you can, as an adult, when you're older, take action and make this world a better place. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now so that we can end the presentation. I just wanted to say thank you for joining me today. If you are a 6th grader that I haven't met yet, I can't wait to see your faces on my Zoom classroom meetings. And for those of you that had me last year, I can't wait to see your faces again. Let's get busy and have a great, fun, interactive virtual class here, at least for the first part. And make the most of it. Talk to you soon.